Right, so we're heading into winter, trout spawning season. Should we be fly fishing or not? Hang in there and you'll hear the answer. Thank you. You're right. Yeah, hi guys. GB on Mike's side here. Right, before we start the show, I want to just make special thanks to Cynthia for the beautiful message you sent me. Wow, really nice. Thank you. So nice that there are lovely people like Cynthia are still around that can find the time to send you a mail and can relate or resonate, as they now say, young guys say, or young girls say, resonate, whatever, on the same wavelength. And I can you referring to my reasons for being in Clarens. Anyway. Thanks, Cynthia. God bless you, my girl. Love you too, eh? Now, let's move on. We got some other really interesting stuff. We're going to really test the, let's call it this little blog, on Monday the 15th, I think it is, yeah. We're going to have Bradley Givens, scientist and environmentalist, big time. And we're going to do a 2 or 3 chat, 2-3 people. And I think he's got a guy, Charles, with him. And we're going to talk about blue cranes. We're going to talk about why these massive big wind propellers, what you want to call them, what they do to the environment. Are they good? Do they do anything at all? Do they harm anything at all? We don't know. I think he's the guy that's going to best tell us what the truth is, and whether our darlings should be using them at all. I don't know. We'll find out. That's on the 15th. So our little blog is moving on, eh? Or podcast, I suppose you should call it. And then, the big question, okay? Yeah, right. Do or can or whatever trout will they take for fly during spawning season? We're going into winter, we're in winter, okay, and it's cold, and this is normal trout breeding time between now and August, September maybe. The seasons are changing, I've noticed it anyway, and there are reports that they are changing. Now, there's one rule that I'm going to give you. The trout that you see is the trout you will never catch. Okay, so if you keep that in your mind, and when you're next to the river and you see a lot of activity, ready, which is normally a little pebble area, it's gravel beds, water rushing over the gravel. This is where the breeding takes place, okay? That's where the trout move, the hens move in, the cockfish move in. Their priorities change from feeding to other things, breeding time, reproduction time, and nature's calls. You've got to reproduce your own species for the next year, because you're going to die, and make room. These have to make room. You're going to make room for others, and they're going to pitch up. It's a whole big cycle that an environmentalist one told me that somebody wrote the software, and it's just a question of us understanding it. And I think the young folk are getting closer to the target than we are. And they certainly do, okay? So, yeah, what do you do in breeding? Do you catch fish? Do you close rivers down, or what do you do? Well, the truth of the matter is they're much more difficult to catch during breeding season because the priorities have changed. They're not feeding anymore. They're reproducing, okay? And gravel beds are where they have to reproduce on. The eggs drop on the gravel. The gravel stops the egg from flowing down and stays in one place. The high oxygen level from the gravel bed, or the turning of the water around the gravel bed, helps the egg to germinate, or not, whatever they call it, hatch after a period of 28, 30 days, normal period. And that's how the simple system works. And of course the little fry have got an egg sac on them when they pop out of the egg, and then they are, they enter the world, the free world, and that's when either they die or they survive or something eats them, and it's a free-for-all. I was told by a guy once, and he seemed to know a lot about river management, and I asked him the question. I said, how many eggs does a henfish carry? And he said sufficient to reproduce 2 more spawning trout. So you can work that out for yourself. It pretty well makes sense. By the end of the day, she hatches out X amount of eggs, and after a period of 12 to 18 months, she's ready to reproduce. And during that time, all the other eggs alongside have been either those been taken by predators of some sort or another, and they end up with two fish again. Maybe that's just a theory, I don't know, but it's a nice one, eh? So the bottom line is, do you close the water? Well, they're difficult to catch in the first place. If you're practicing catch and release and you know what you're doing in terms of catch and release, and you have a guide with you that knows what he's doing, a guy like Jurgens, our local guide, knows about these things, okay, and he can handle that, and do a wet release, then that's fine. It's no harm done. What I have experienced in still water systems, dams in other words, you pick up a henfish with egg, a very good chance, there's a 90% chance that you'll never get rid of those eggs. Why? Because of free flow water. There's no free flow, there's no reedy, there's no stone base or pebble base for her to get rid of her eggs, okay? Because she wriggles and capaws, goes all over mad, you know, and that's the henfish. And the cockfish does the same. When he does it, you know, all the milk comes out, and that milk mixes with the eggs, and suddenly you've got life. I can prove that to you. I've seen that myself a few times, and I'll tell you about it now. But in still water system, my suggestion to you would be that you lay the hen down on a wet towel. You wet the towel in the same water the dam as you wet, and you put half the cloth over her face, on the head face. You just block her eyes, and she's there. She slows down. She doesn't start picking all over the place. And rub the stomach gently, and the eggs pop out. And what have you done is you've given her an extra 18 months of life, because the chances are those eggs will go rotten in her stomach, and she generates septicemia and dies. And that's when people start the rumor that, you know, the otters eat the trout and so on. And as I said so many times, that the otter does not. But he's an opportunist feeder, and if there's a dying trout, then that's tickets, it's gone. But then that's nature. That's the way it works in the first place. So having said all those funny things, please don't stop fly fishing. For God's sake, don't get all ceremonial about this. It's natural. Just learn to catch and release properly, fish marvelous, okay? And respect the water, and the rules of the water, respect the river. And, God bless you and have fun. Okay, and Clarens, by the way, is moving along nicely with its Clarens Fly Fishing Association. We've got a new member again today. Guy sent me a mail, and he now wants to join. And the good news is, I think our captains now are coming shortly. You'll know where. You just join the CFFA. It's on the website, specklebin.www.com. Go down to the button. It's got its own button now, the CFFA, and have a look at what's going on there. We got sponsorship for caps, badge and something. That's Saunda. Thank you, Hunter. Well done, guys. Thank you so much. Every little cent counts for us. It's not easy at the moment. The economy's not easy. So and club membership will be open soon. We've got a couple more rules sorted out, and people joining in to take bookings and stuff like that. So it's all coming together gradually. Clarens is working together, and it's lovely to see it. Now, you take good care now. God bless you, and thank you so much,